Hello, good evening if you're watching this in the evening. If you're not, hi. This is Antonio and I'm here in the studio with...
Yes, Chris Sanchez.
Come
What's
on.
up, guys?
Yes, and I'm also here. It's a privilege, guys.
Wow. Come on.
Yes,
Wow.
what a privilege.
Wow. Jeez,
you know,
all the way from North
undisputed champion,
London.
all the way from... What?
North London.
North East London. East, baby. You know what I'm saying?
From North East London, representing the East, a father, not of one, not of two, but of three right now. Amazing husband. Yes, it's a YXYA pastor. Come on, drum all on the group chat.
Boom. I wonder who it is.
Dan!
Hey.
What's
What's good, Wildlife? Love you.
What a privilege, Dan. Listen, it's been a crazy year. In case you're watching this in 20 years' time, this is 2020. It is February. We are going through a pandemic.
It is March.
It is March.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it's March. That's what the pandemic is doing to me.
Yeah.
And there's a research that that I think they asked about 2011 people, not the year, but 2011 young people.
Young people.
Right.
And 86% of them said that they are anxious, they are struggling with loneliness, and that the mental health is a cause of concern.
Mad.
Yeah, so my question right now to you guys is, how are you guys doing?
Wow.
Wow, I am so thankful to be here right now.
Yeah?
First of all, yeah. But I want to hear from Dan.
Yeah, Dan, how are you? How are you? Not how you doing, like, how are you? Yo, what's up? How are you? How you doing?
What? You want to go deep or you want to...
No, like, let's say I just saw you in the street.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's up, Dan? How you doing? How are you?
I'll be like, I'm good, thanks, bro.
Exactly. That's the answer that most of us actually give.
True, mate.
Yeah.
But we don't actually talk about how we're doing.
Yeah.
So my question really is like, how can we get better at that? Or how do we navigate that whole thing that we understand that 86% of those young people are going through all those feelings and thoughts, but often the question is, when you ask them how you're doing, they're like, yeah, I'm good. But how do we really find out how people are doing?
Man, I think for me, the people, like if we was just walking down the street and someone, how you doing? I'd be like, I'm good. Because there's no maybe relationship capital. There's no like, I feel like you genuinely care about me, so why am I genuinely going to give you my true response?
Yeah.
And so I feel like probably there's two sides of it, right? We've got to be able to have people or be people that genuinely care about people.
Yeah.
That genuinely demonstrate love, care in your highs and your lows and all that kind of stuff, when it's good, when it's bad, all of that. And then we've got to be able to say when we're not doing all right. Many people don't say it though, because everyone wants to be strong.
Yeah.
Like, you're weak if you're not strong.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or so, but what does the Bible say about that? Like,
That in my weakness, he's my strength.
He's my strength. So if you never admit your weakness, how will Jesus ever be your strength?
Yeah.
How will you ever get strong?
Yeah.
And so it says, you know, in my weakness, he is strong. He becomes my strength. And so we got to be able to admit our weaknesses.
Yeah.
Not live on them.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Many people live on their weaknesses.
Yeah.
That this is who I am. No, that's not who you are. That's how you feel. That's what you're going through. That's a moment, a season, a circumstance in your life, knowing that Jesus is your strength.
Yeah.
And so because I know that you got my back, I can be real with you.
Yeah.
And I think we've got to be able to know that people have got our backs. There's that honest relationships. And we got to be vulnerable enough to go, you know what? This is what's going on.
Yeah, it's good. What about you, Chris? How would you say that we can become better at actually finding out how people really are doing? Is it a different word of the question? Like, obviously in London, it's like, you're all right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like me saying hi.
Yeah, I think with anyone, you ask them, yo, how you doing? How's everything going on?
Yeah.
It's almost like an immediate response. Yeah, I'm fine, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Even sometimes with close friends, unless like how Dan was saying, if you've learned to build yourself like a strong community, a strong like a circle where you can be vulnerable, you can be open, and you can just be genuine for them.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's just an excellent place to start off, where you can just be open and just, you know, say, hey, this is what I'm going through, etc., etc. But then it takes courage. I think, first of all, it takes courage, and someone's got to find the boldness to say, I'm not doing okay. This is happening. Because I think that's the first step that someone will have to take, is finding the boldness to say, I'm actually not okay. I'm struggling with this, or this is happening. So that's what I would say, yeah.
It's so interesting because I feel like our society right now. And I can speak as a guy personally, especially now on Instagram, TikTok, social media. You see people doing so well that you never want to be the emotional wreck. And you never like want to actually talk about how you really feel.
Yeah.
Like I know, for example, lockdown definitely got to me.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I felt like, oh, if I go to you and I tell you that I feel lonely, you think of me like lesser than I am.
Yeah.
When I don't, is that the truth?
It's because there's reality, there's this false reality
Yeah.
that is painted. And even the stat that you said, what, 86%? Is it 86%? Some is the majority of people
Yeah.
are feeling not okay. The majority of people
yeah.
have been struggling. But we're never going to say that. All we see on social media or this and this is the highlight reel. And even so, that's not a false reality. That's just a small part of someone's reality, right?
Yeah.
And so we've got to be able to look at it and go, I'm probably not the only one that feels like this.
Yeah.
And so and that's what I'm saying, man, like about that genuine friendship, genuine relationship, because I'm not just going to see the highlight of your life.
Yeah.
I'm going to see your whole life because I'm in your life.
Yeah.
And so it's okay, we're going to journey through it, and because I love you, and you know that I love you, we're all right to be a little bit
Yeah,
vulnerable.
you see all this stuff in the way. And that's why I love Cruise as well, about that, because I can definitely say, like, I got my Cruise of guys, obviously, they check on me.
Yeah.
And it's definitely had an impact, because it's like, no, like, tell me how you're doing. Like, they force it out of you.
Yeah.
So the question is, like, how's the church community, would you say, or your Cruise, or, you know, has impacted in your mental health recently?
Yeah, I mean, I could personally say from the time that I remember I accepted Jesus, being at the age of 19 and being within that church community, there's always been that side of where that transformation of the mind.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas you come with one mindset, and then, you know, you're being transformed to the likeness of Christ. And because you're surrounded in a strong community where God's word is always being shared, and, you know, and there's always that faith aspect. It just brings me back to that verse in Psalms where it says, you know, your word is a light to my path.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you've got such a strong community around you that you can't help but, you know, walk in the right direction. Even though you're not doing well, even though when you're struggling, you know you're like on the right path.
Yeah.
That's what I love about community and Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. What about you, Dan?
I think church is interesting, man, because like we're in a big church as well, right?
Yeah.
And so you can get lost in that crowd, or you can even become, you know, okay, I got to be strong because I'm seeing this person, they're strong, and so our community has just gone like bam, big, it's huge, and so we see the successes of everybody else. That's why Cruise is really, really important, because it makes it relatable. It makes it, this is my crew, these are my people, I've found my people, this is it, gonna do day-to-day life with them, the ups and the downs, and then I'm a part of this, this big thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But Dan, for you, it's obviously more personal because you had COVID.
I had COVID.
And then obviously you had it pretty bad.
Yeah, I did.
You couldn't physically do much.
Nothing at all.
So how was important for you, the church community, in that element then?
Man, it
Would
was...
you say for, obviously, because must have, like, you're a fit guy, you know, like physically fit, good looking too, you know. I know you haven't got the haircut right now, but you know.
Yeah, soon come.
But like, you're capable of doing so much, and all of a sudden that's gone from you. So it must have impacted your mental health.
Yeah, do you know what? It did. And, you know, there was probably like 3 people who called me every day to see, because let's be real, okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like a guy, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good. Chill. Like, and so I'm the guy that we're all talking about,
You're the
right?
provider, you're the provider. Like, I'm always there for you.
Exactly.
Because I'm always good type of thing.
Exactly. So I think my default is to provide, to be good, to be strong, all of that kind of stuff. And in this moment, I was out. And so those 3 people, alongside Jesus, really, really helped with my mental health. In terms of, because I was separated from everything. I was weak.
Yeah.
I couldn't provide for my family. Like, my wife was ill at the same time. I couldn't look after my kids, this, and this. I couldn't be who I thought I should be. Yeah. And I had 3 people who called me up every day, and literally the conversation, how are you? And over probably the first few days, felt, I'm good. And then I would get off the phone, I'd have a coughing fit, I'd be blood coming out, I'd be ill, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then eventually I go, no, I'm not doing good, man. This is messing me up. All right, let me pray for you. And they'll pray for me and all this kind of stuff. And so that whole process even taught me a lot, even off the back of it. Like, one of my boys, he's like, because I was like talking about, you know, whatever, and he goes, have you called them? I was like, well, they haven't told me, so why am I going to call? Like, they're gonna, if they wanted to tell me, if they wanted me to call, then they would have. He says, no, bro, you got to stop that. You got to stop that, because that's like, oh, okay, you have an imposter syndrome, like, because sometimes people want you to reach out. They want you to do that, and so I reckon within all of us, we got to get rid of that imposter syndrome where you go, okay, they haven't told me they're not doing good, so I won't even ask. Or I won't even double up. How are you? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. No, but how are you? Yeah, but, okay, but how is that area of your life? Like, we got to be friends that care enough.
Be specific.
To double ask, triple ask, quadruple ask. Like, keep going in areas where people feel, oh man, they actually really care. Because the norm in our society, the culture in our society, again, is to go, how are you? Just as a hello. You know what I mean? So no one's expecting a proper response. So we got to change that.
Be better. Lastly, what do you guys believe that? Obviously, we spoke about all of this. What can we do to be better now? Like, what's our call of action? People watching at home, we want to be better. We actually want to check on people. We don't want someone to be, for example, in your shoes that you were, and you had those 3 people, and of course Jesus. But maybe we don't want that anyone at home to feel like they just have Jesus. Or if they don't know Jesus because he's a friend in school, they have no one. What can we do to be better?
I think first of all, if you're the one struggling, hey, it's okay. It's okay to struggle because we're all human. Do you know what I mean? Just come to that solid understanding that I'm not Superman, I'm not Batman out here. I'm human and I'm going to struggle. And second of all, make sure you're that person that's always checking up on someone. I know we're in a lockdown, but a phone call, a Zoom call, whatever it is, it's just a click away. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would say.
I would say, man, you don't have to tell everybody what's going on, but find that one person, find those 2 people that you can talk to genuinely and be real with. And then this is what I do on a practical level. I actually have a list of people in my phone. I go, every week, I'm calling them up, I'm texting them and whatever, and I'm nothing to do with anything, work or this, and this. It's, how are you?
Check on them.
Check on them. And so I have to create that habit in my life. Do you know what I mean? It's like a cognitive behaviour that isn't my default, but I'm trying to make it my default. And so I have to prioritise it and go, that's important to me, to care how people are doing. And for people to care how I'm doing. And so I'm gonna be the friend that I desire. And so let's do that.
Thanks so much, Dan. Thanks for being vulnerable.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you for watching at home. And then until next week, we are out of here. Remember, Dan set us a homework for a lifetime. Just make sure you create that list on your phone of people that you can check up on weekly with no ulterior motive than just finding out how they are doing. And now, as we join our cruise, make sure you have a great discussion about this. And it's not something just for cruise, but keep talking about this as we go on. Until next time, peace and love, and we'll see you. Take care.